Leviathan showed a much deeper, more impactful record, was what Mastodon was after. But for the third record, it's a long journey to the Crystal Skull. Mastodon continued the quest to metal's critical darling status with 2006's Blood Mountain, a record as ambitious as Leviathan with a little more sheen and perhaps a little more hopefulness. Mastodon threw themselves into a storyline J.R.R. Tolkien would be proud of, a more polished sound without it feeling forced, and a more progressive instrumentation with longer solos, much more intricate rhythms, and a more complex time signature. Whether you prefer the tone of Leviathan or Blood Mountain is subjective. Leviathan definitely has more of the sludge edge that continued after Remission, but Blood Mountain may be just what someone is after if they're looking for a more clean Mastodon sound. I guess the good thing is that Blood Mountain doesn't simplify the sound for a commercial game. It may actually be more complex, despite the cleaner tone. Blood Mountain's story revolves around the subject's climb to bring the Crystal Skull to the top of the mountain. What he is trying to put the Crystal Skull atop of is the subject of the cover art. What's so great about the record is how vivid the imagery is. The story is so enticing because everything that Mastodon describes in the journey atop the mountain is so real. The characters, the beasts, seem so predetermined. Mastodon have a knack for being able to plan out the characters of the story before putting pen to paper. Some of the lyricism gives such great detail to the enemies of the main character and what it takes to avoid or defeat them. Blood Mountain ends on a bittersweet note. As the story concludes, you have brought the Crystal Skull to the top of Blood Mountain. Perhaps through your own free will, perhaps through fate, perhaps through the mind control of the gods, you have made it, but also died at the top. As your spirit flies to the heavens, it becomes apparent that this story reflects, in a way, Mastodon's rise. Mastodon went from a sludgy, unknown metal band to a critical sensation, to a mainstream success, and with Blood Mountain, a lot of this progression has been seen by their fanbase. Blood Mountain may have almost killed the band to progress through, but unlike the main character of this story, Mastodon will go on, perhaps to do even better things, but that is for another week. Speaking of, we'll be back on the 31st for the last of the month's Mastodon retrospectives with Crack the Sky. We will return to Mastodon at some point, but we'll be beginning a new discography retrospective in February. We'll return to Mastodon another day. I'll be anticipating it.